now the next article is here, basically asks on Prevention of Money Laundering Act, that is PMLA. Now his article is here basically is SC examines allegation on rampant misuse of PMLA. And this question has been also asked in this year, 2020-21 mains exam. So context is the Supreme Court looking into allegation of misuse of anti-money laundering law, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, that is PMLA, by the Government of Enforcement, that is ED. Relevance is means GS paper 2 and 3, that is important. Legislative framework, internal security also. So in this article, basically we get to know about the article first. What is the money laundering? What is the objectives of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, that is 2002? What are the offences? An authority trusted for investigation, and what are the misuses of PMLA? That is what's the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Okay. So here we can see the mains question has been asked in this year, May 2021. Discuss how emerging technologies and globalization contribute to money laundering. Elaborate measures to tackle the problem of money laundering both at national and international level. So basically in 150 words you have to write here, and this is a question in UPSC mains 2021 this year, held at 8th to 15th January 2021. So sorry, 2022. Money laundering poses a serious security threat to a country, economic sovereignty, what it is significance for India, and what steps are required to be taken to control this menace. So basically the first question we can say how to write, like first you have to define about the what exactly money laundering in the introduction part. In the introduction part you have to define what exactly the money laundering, and later on then you can think about like how the emerging technology is using to devalue the money laundering. So in the body part you have to write about the how technologies is contribution to somehow the money laundering, and then the part is you have to tackle the problem of money laundering both the national and international level. Give some suitable example in the body part, and then conclusion we have to finish. There are such kind of the illegal activities is going on, and the government is taking how many kinds of steps, and what it should be the government need to do it. So in the intro, body and conclusion you need to finish it. Okay, so we have to understand with first glimpse of the question is that what is money laundering, right? What is money laundering? We have to understand is because before starting the topic we must aware about the what is the nitty-gritty of the questions, right? So basically the money laundering is like the process of converting illegal profit or revenue of an organization, entity, or individuals into a legal one is referred as money laundering. So we basically converting illegal profit. That doesn't mean that person is trying to black money to white money. For example, in a small park, a small MCD park is for example, and any individual, for example, if any individual is doing some business like a gym, he opened a gym in a small park. So that is known to be illegal also. That is he is getting the illegal profit. So that is also comes under money laundering. That does not mean that he is doing the legal thing. In a MCD park, if I organize the gym and I am collecting money from the different resources, which is not government allowed to me to do so. So that is also comes under. So you need to understand that as per the concept is here, what exactly money laundering? The process of converting illegal profit or revenue of an organization, entity, or individuals into a legal one is referred as money laundering. So money laundering is a process that criminals use in attempt to hide the illegal source of their income. It means if you are curbing or if you are kind of tax evasion, that is also we can known to be a money laundering. And by passing money through complex transfers and transactions or through a series of business, the money is clean and of its legitimate origin and made to appear as legitimate business profit as well. So if you say like if you are collecting like 10 lakhs of rupees, if your salary is more than 10 lakhs and if you are not paying the tax to the government, or if you are thinking, if you have contribute such kind of money to the like your own NGO or the NGO which has been registered in your wife's name or the other name, that is also comes under the Money Laundering Act. So because you are what you are doing, the money is cleaned off its legitimate origin and made to appear that is legitimate. So illegitimate and to the legitimate business profits. So that is known to be a money laundering. And we have to understand what are the objectives of prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, that is PMLA. So prevent money laundering, what are the purpose of and what is the objectives of prevention of Money Laundering Act is PMLA is first prevent money laundering, combat or prevent channelizing of money into illegal activities. Illegal activities which I told you that which illegal activities not is kind of like we are collecting money from the different resources. If you are collecting money from the right sources and if you are paying the tax, that is known to be a legal sources. So, and if you are paying the tax as well, so illegal activities and economic crimes. Provide for the confiscation of property derived from or involved used in money laundering. Provide for matters connected and include incidental to the act of money laundering. So basically now we understand that if we convert illegal profits of or revenue of an organization that comes to the illegitimate to the legitimate source of business, that is known to be a money laundering. So now we can say what are the offences under PMLA, Money Laundering Act, the commission of any offences as mentioned. Part A, this is not required because just for the glimpse of your just for the sake of your exam, you just need to keep in mind the okay somehow this can be the ask, but not need to recall it like part A what it is mentioned. What the Indian Penal Code, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act, this is not need to be noted down, but I have just mentioned here just for your revision purpose, and we can just having some glimpse like part B and C, because this is not for beneficial for your exam purpose. Okay, so now here is the Enforcement Directorate, ED. So Enforcement Directorate in the Department of Revenue. So because lots of article, as you can see, in your prelims exam, they will ask the department questions. Most of the questions, the department question you must aware like ED comes under Department of Revenue. That's why the IRS officer used to go, as we can see in the Mumbai case as well. This is not kind of Atrangi question will not ask in your exam, because the true question, as we can see, the time of Sushant Rajput case, the 2021 the question has been asked like judicial interrogation. This is not like कुछ questions आपके एग्जाम ऐसे होंगे जो उस टाइप के अतरंगी या अलग टाइप के क्वेश्चंस होंगे. So until unless you will cover entire Lakshmikant or you will cover the 11th 12th polity books, but you are not able to solve the question. There is a reason behind, because the questions is like for your, if the person who is reading newspaper daily basis, then they can easily find it out that which section is important and how the question is framing it, because judicial interrogation is asking about the 2021 prelims exam. So the questions has been asked because on that moment Sushant Rajput case, and his girlfriend is, and then police is trying to collecting the information to her. So that's why lots of article has been asked earlier. So we have to keep an eye on that where the questions is going to be asked, because lots of article on that time has been published in the Hindu as well as Indian Express. Okay, so authority is entrusted for investigation. So ED is the Department of Revenue. Ministry of Finance and Government of India is responsible for investigating offence of money laundering. So who will responsible for the Prevention of Money Laundering Act? Who will responsible for investigating the offence of Money Laundering Act? That is the Department of Revenue, which comes from the Ministry of Finance, the Government of India. ED investigation of the offences of money laundering under the provision of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. It takes action of attachment and confiscations of property if the same is determined to be proceed of crime derived from a schedule offence under PMLA. Prosecute the persons involved in the offence of money laundering. Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU. Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, India, under the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, is the independent body reporting directly to the Economic Intelligence, that is EIC, headed by the Finance Minister. In both the cases, you can see the Finance Minister will the overall charging this case. FIU NID is the Central National Agency responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing and disseminating the information related to the suspect financial transaction. So who will responsible for suspect financial transaction? So basically is the FIU, basically is the Financial Intelligence Unit, which is comes under Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance, and they will convey the message to the Enforcement Directorate, which will also comes under the Ministry of Finance. So we must know the mechanism how the things is going on. Okay, it is also, we can say, it is also responsible for coordinating and strengthening the efforts of national and international intelligence. Investigation for pursuing the global efforts against money laundering and related crimes. The scheduled offences are separately investigated by agencies mentioned under respective acts. For example, the local police, the CBI, customs departments, SEBI, which is in the recent news, or any other investigation agencies. Okay, allegations, again PMLA. So allegations alleged against misuse of PMLA. So the 3 judges bench is holding back to hearing on petition filed by people from all walks of life across the country complaining the alleged supervisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) by the Government of Enforcement Directorate (ED). So ED does not disclose the enforcement case informations report ECIR. So make sure that ED does not have any authority to disclose the ECIR, which is stand for Enforcement Case Information Report. So this will not have an ED, which Enforcement Directorate is not disclosed this information, and which is an equivalent to the FIR. Basically, generally we can say the first investigation report is if there is some like ambiguity and there is a fight. So in that case, we going to file the FIR. तो ईडी हमारा जो होता है वो एफआईआर की तरह उस केस को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. तो ईडी हमारा क्या करता है, डज नॉट डिस्क्लोज. क्या डिस्क्लोज नहीं करेगा वो? ईसीआईआर को डिस्क्लोज नहीं करता, विच इज नोन टू बी अ एनफोर्समेंट केस इंफॉर्मेशन रिपोर्ट, which is equivalent to the FIR, is considered an internal documents. So basically, why they will not reveal it? Because this is known to be a internal documents and not given to the accused. This amounts to the denial of basic rights of knowledge to the accused. Registering the ESIR is at ED discretion, and after ECIR is registered, ED begins to summon accused person and seeks details of all their financial transactions and their family members. So basically, ED have a responsibility to seek details of all their financial transactions and their family members as well. Until unless, like for example, if the ECIR which has been registered under the ED, so in that case the ED having authority to check out your details of your financial transaction. The accused is called upon to make a statement which are treated as admissible in evidence without disclosing them, charge under which they are booked by ED. So throughout, we can say, like throughout this procedure, the accused does not even know the allegation against him, as the only documents which contains the allegation of the ECIR, which is not supplied to the accused person. And PMLA does not distinguish between accused and the witness while they are summoned. This is important because procedure under criminal law makes a distinction between the accused and the witness. Selections of cases by ED have been politically motivated based on information from the central government. The matter is sub judice. The petitioners have stated that discretion exercised by authorities such as ED under the PMLA should be guided by the rule of law and must be arbitrary, vague and fanciful. Let's wait for the final judgment, then we will discuss.